time is that?
Let's see what the great Patrick Mahomes will do on this play.
But before we can talk about how great Patrick Mahomes is, we have a flag on the play.
Before the ball was snapped, pass interference on the defense, numbers 1, 2, and 3. By rule, the great and powerful Patrick Mahomes will elect where to place the ball. Hail Patrick Mahomes.
Okay, it's now 1st and 10 for the Chiefs. Ball is snapped.
Man, look at the way Patrick Mahomes handed off that ball. Superb technique.
But let's check out the flag on the play.
During the play, personal foul, violating Patrick Mahomes' personal bubble. The result of the play is first down, touchdown, and Chiefs win by 50 points. Hail Patrick Mahomes.
1,000 yards.
Hey, man, I appreciate y'all. Love y'all so much, man. This season's always going to be a grind, man, but having y'all motherfuckers around make it easier. Yes, sir. I love y'all, man. Love you too, we ain't done. We ain't done. Champs on 3, 1, 2, 3.
4 feet. That's what they're calling for. From the heater, you go tell Cam Hayward he needs to back up.
Yeah, let me tell you, those things kick out some heat, too, so when you're not careful, your pants will catch on fire.
Unlimited diarrhea. Unlimited.
Good job, great. I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Your dad's going to put on a hat tonight that says NFC North champions. He's going to get a bye next week. What impresses you most about what your dad has done this season?
Man, I'm just happy. That he's a dog, man. Go out every day, do what he do. We pray at night, man. I love this guy. I love him. It's my dad. We going big.
It doesn't get better than that, man.
This is my first time I haven't been in the playoffs, man. So, I mean, for me, like I said, man, I just got to do what's best for me and my family, dog. If that's here or if that's wherever the case may be, man, I'm finna open that door for myself, dog. As I'm opening the door, like I'm out, bro.
There's a counter on every player of both teams. They each have one unsportsmanlike conduct for the rest of the game.
Unlimited diarrhea. Unlimited.
It's a great feeling. You know, it allows us to just look at the whole roster, you know, to see what the investments need to be. You know, it helps us to think about free agency in the draft with the lens, knowing we got our guy. And now we can just build this team with the right mentality.
Unlimited diarrhea. Unlimited.
All right, guys, let's get back to football.
Yeah, I have to go warm up. I'm about to throw for 100 yards with possibly a touchdown. We'll let the referees decide that.
All right, Patrick, we'll let you go.
Wow. Taylor's gone. Taylor. Goodbye. Touchdown.
First start, Angriff.
Oh.
5 Yards treffen.
Yeah.
Unlimited. Limited diarrhea. Unlimited.
I don't know where that came from. I just stumbled on it, and I'm like, holy crap. And Russ has been crapping his pants of late, so it's felt appropriate.
Full disclosure, I never liked the Tyreek Hill trade, so goodbye.
Oh.
Wow.
Real quick.
Sorry, I didn't.
Everyone guess where he's going to go. Edson, where's he going to go?
Oh, I can't even think about this. The Chiefs.
Bruce?
Washington.
Oh,
actually,
that's
I like that too.
Wow. For some reason, I feel like the Raiders. I think that's where he belongs.
Well,
he is a Raider. You know, he's got the mentality of the Raiders and everything.
Yeah, I don't know why. Just got this thing back here.
He's probably going to the Steelers.
Yeah, probably. We collect like head case wide receivers. You know what, Edson? We'll trade you George Pickens for him. It'll be.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, he'll go to Pittsburgh and say, "Oh, can I have Antonio Brown's number, please? He's my inspiration for everything."
Yeah, right.
Everything.
Yeah, I think George Pickens is on his way out the door too, but we will see. Well, we did it. We made it through the whole year.
I can't believe it.
And I'm wearing in honor of something that will not be mentioned.
Wow.
I'm wearing my Pittsburgh Steelers hoodie.
I saw that at first. I thought it was Packers because I could barely see the top.
Oh, Pittsburgh Steelers.
Wow. Nice.
Black and gold until I'm old.
I'm on deck gold.
There's
For
no.
me, it's another 50 years before I get to there, but
Yeah. Oh, Edson's still in high school. I'm wearing my funeral attire. I'm wearing my Ben Roethlisberger
oh,
jersey.
I was wondering what.
Yeah. Be
Edson, we have to do this show quick because Edson's got to take his afternoon nap.
Yes,
so,
I do. Yeah.
So do I. What am I talking about?
Into my nap routine. You're right.
You have your little carpet out, Edson. Your little curl up.
It's so funny though because I remember it's like growing up when you would play a lot. My grandparents would say, "Okay, time to come in for a nap." I'm like, and I would think about it and say, "Fine nap. Is it a nap or is it a rest?" And my grandmother would look at me and say, "I don't care what it is. Get your ass in this house right now and do something."
Like my parents were trying to force me to go to sleep if I wasn't tired.
Right.
But I don't have to. I'm not tired. Oh no! If you want to watch Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park tonight, you're.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, I just did that.
Oh my gosh! I remember that movie so well. Oh my gosh!
Oh, that's a movie.
Kiss Meets the Phantom. Oh my gosh! That's hilarious.
Edson, you've never seen it?
No.
Oh, I'm gonna fix that.
Oh.
We've got a really busy week.
I was making an age joke, but no, I haven't seen
it.
You
were making an age joke. Oh yeah.
but I really haven't seen it. So go ahead.
Yeah. All right.
We got to really get going here.
No, we do. We've got so much to cover today. We've got news. We've got coaching stuff to cover. We've got the week 18 recap. We've got playoff picks, power rankings.
Let's get the party started.
It's our last bit. From now it'll get smaller. The shows will get smaller and easier because there'll be less teams to cover.
Yep.
Which will help me because going through all the footage to pick those clips. You know how much stuff I go through to find like those little moments?
Yeah, that must take a long
When there's only a few teams left, that'll be so much easier. And I actually had a nice like end of the year video ready to go, but I'm like, it's too long. Like maybe we'll use it at the end of the year.
Okay.
So anyway, some news right off the bat, breaking news.
Oh,
we literally broke his Achilles tendon again.
I literally thought you were joking when you said that, like we were making.
So did I.
I was driving down the road. I said, I got to pull over and send this to you guys.
I don't get it. It's like...
Now that is true dedication, Bruce. Thank you.
Hey, no problem.
Getting paid is really that dangerous? Jeez.
I had heard like a day or two before that he suffered a setback in his rehab.
Oh. Yeah.
But I didn't know he re-ruptured it. That's crazy.
Well, I guess he's not going to be on the TV show $6 Million Man. They're not going to rebuild him.
That's
somewhere.
Yeah, that's someone who's looking for an excuse not to go back on the field.
Well, I don't know if you want to tear your Achilles tendon to get out of.
No, I know, but it's just.
But
I don't know. Edson's got a point in a roundabout way. He's got a roundabout way point because it's like, really?
Yeah.
His career.
Really?
He's not going to set foot on the field again. They're going to be paying him for the next 3 seasons. Not to mention the salary cap hit. But I found this tweet from Paul. Good luck with the last name. Hembekidis.
Yeah, that's him.
Hembo. He's a producer at ESPN. Check this out. Baker Mayfield, Deshaun Watson, Jacoby Brissett, Jameis Winston, Joe Flacco, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, Case Keenum, PJ Walker, Nick Mullins, Jeff Driscoll, and Bailey Zappi. 11 starting quarterbacks for Kevin Stefanski in 5 seasons.
5 seasons.
With the Browns. Free that man. Seriously.
Crazy.
Like, that is just nutbaggery.
Stat of the day. Where's Deshaun Watson going today? He wants to come out and play, but ow! Damn Achilles, stat of the day.
It's and Stefanski, by the way, has won Coach of the Year twice in all that mess.
Right.
So imagine what he could do if he had a stable roster or at least a stable quarterback, right?
Yeah.
And it goes back to the general manager getting rid of Baker Mayfield. That was like the dumbest damn thing they could have done. Speaking of Cleveland.
Yeah, that was quite a
The 2025 London games. I know everybody's waiting for the London game. Oh, who's going to play in London next year? But, this tells me like that the NFL really does. They're not totally serious about this international thing.
3 dysfunctional teams.
They keep sending our trash over there. And you watch the opponents to these games will be like the Giants, the Raiders. You watch.
It'll be those teams that they don't want to really put on prime time, but it's like, let's give them this instead.
And we'll stream it at 9 a.m. and and yet Wembley Stadium will sell out.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it will. Yeah,
I told you what we should do. I mean, I sent it to you guys. In the EPL in England, 3 teams that finish on the bottom go to relegation. They have to go down 1 league. They got to go relegation league.
A lot of people were responding to this tweet saying like, make it like a round robin where, like the losing team has to stay behind every year. So eventually we'll get rid of these kind of teams.
There you go.
Have to stay in England.
The losing team starts a whole new league in London.
NFL Europe 2. Yeah. So, and I know Myles Garrett already said he wants to meet with ownership and discuss his future.
Good for him.
Good for him.
Don't be surprised if he's like, get me the hell out of here. I've had enough of this nonsense.
Did you guys see that clip with Myles Garrett and the offensive lineman for Baltimore when they're giving each other props?
Oh, I did. Yeah.
That was, I mean, Myles Garrett just went straight up the chart with me. I mean, he just like a class act.
Everybody says that he's been up for the Walter Payton Man of the Year. And aside from his scrap with Mason Rudolph, he's been relatively quiet. He's not a troublemaker. And you know what I mean? And I don't know what the deal is with that, but he definitely lost his shiz. And I've never seen a player beat another player with a helmet before. That was
he found out he was going to London, so he got pissed off.
I mean, he is in Cleveland, so you think you get frustrated at some point, but
I think he's hit it. Yeah. So they announced the AP All-Pro teams the other day. And
yeah, that's right.
You got Lamar, he's the first team All-Pro, Saquon, Patrick Ricard, the Sherman tank of a fullback for the Ravens.
Wow.
Brock Bowers, amazing.
Brock Bowers, yeah, definitely.
Jamar Chase, which we'll get to in a second, Triple Crown winner. Justin Jefferson, Ahmad Ra, St. Brown. Tristan Wirfs, who, as we found out last week, can just chug whole milk. And
where are these comparisons coming from?
Remember last week, Patrick Mahomes gave them
cookies,
and he took that mug of milk.
Baker Mayfield.
Oh, that's right. Baker Mayfield did that.
What did I say?
Patrick
Mahomes.
Baker Mayfield, I meant. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
See, Patrick Mahomes just haunts my every moment.
And he's not even playing this week.
I know, right? Creed Humphrey, Quinn Maneras. Sorry if I got that one wrong. And Penny Sewell, who had an interception this year. And the All-Pro defense,
of course,
the aforementioned Myles Garrett, Trey Hendrickson, Cam Hayward. But Cam Hayward is like Benjamin Button. He's like 38 years old, 38 years old, and he's playing better than he has in years, which is sad because the Steelers aren't going to win him anything. Chris Jones, Zach Bond, Fred Warner. Fred Warner's still doing it too, man. How long's Fred Warner been around now?
Wow. Yeah.
8-9 years, right? Roquan Smith, of course. Patrick Surtain, who's just amazing. Darryl Stingley Jr., Marlon Humphrey, Kirby Joseph, and Xavier McKinney. There you go. A little Packer action for you. And the special teams, all's well that Boswell's. Jack Fox, Cavante Turpin, who, my God, I want to see him race like a Jaguar or an antelope, something like that. Marvin Sims Jr., Brendan Schooler, and Andrew DePaula. So congratulations to all those gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, big fat bonus in the paycheck.
Yeah.
So Lamar Jackson, you set yet another record. On his way probably to his third MVP. First player in NFL history with 4,000 passing yards and over 800 rushing yards. In fact,
he's unbelievable.
In fact, yeah. If you don't take my word for it, take the coaches.
First player in NFL history with over 4,000 yards passing and 900 yards rushing. Never been done before. Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, the way they finished, and I mean, Buffalo didn't falter, but they had a really bad outing against New England. I mean, he probably will win the MVP.
Well, the fact that they played Baltimore played their starters because they wanted to
for sure
that division and take the number 3 seed.
Yep.
This was here you go, Bruce. Here's a stat for you. The Bengals finished the season leading the league in passing yards, receiving yards, and sacks, and missed the playoffs.
Stat of the day. What the hell's going on with the Bengals anyway? Keith's making a mention of that and saying, "What the hey? Hey, Joe Burrow, you're on the stat of the day."
The shocker to me was that they led the league in sacks and their defense was still that bad. It's just
Hendrickson, yeah. But their defense was horrible until like the last 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Figured things out. I don't know what they did, but
too late. How about starting with that?
Yeah. We'll see what they bring back next year, but they cannot afford a 1-5 start again. That put them in such a hole. And Jamar Chase, 5th receiver in history now to win the Triple Crown. Just dominated. He's gonna clean up now at free agency.
Oh yeah,
which is gonna make.
Wait, I thought they gave him a new contract. No, they didn't give him a new contract.
I think they gave him a 1 year. Now they've got to extend,
okay.
and then they've got to pay T. Higgins.
They're gonna lose one of those two for sure. And
Higgins is gone. Like,
well, you got
Higgins is awesome, but if you
I know he is
between the two, you've got to take Jamar Chase.
Yeah,
freaking awesome.
I'm going to throw a name out there. I want your first reaction. Cincinnati needs help on defense. Okay, we're going old school. Bring back Marvin Lewis.
For a defensive coordinator?
Yes.
He was the defensive coordinator under Bill Cowher. And he was really good.
That's a good idea.
He's a really good defensive coordinator. I agree with you. That's a really good move, Bruce.
I just saw that because he knows it. He probably knows he knows them. And he's not going to get in everyone's face and everything. He's not going to make the defensive focus of the team. He'll just be very cool about it and say, okay, we got to do this. But don't bring back perfect. That's the only thing you can't do. Don't bring him back.
Yeah, perfect.
What if Tyreek Hill goes to Cincinnati?
That was great. Well, he might.
I mean, obviously they
can't
pay him long term. They can't pay him long term, but just for like a 1 year, like let's go for all of it or something.
I don't know what their cap issue. I probably won't be able to, with Chase and Burrow. I
know. They really can't
afford them. The draft order is set. All we really care about is the top 10 right now, obviously, because once you get into that 18, 19 and down, they're still jockeying for position based on the Titans. The Titans have the first spot, followed by Cleveland, the Brownies. And I'd say both of those teams need quarterbacks. I don't know if they're gonna go for this year's draft. We'll see. They might trade out of there. You never know. Sign a veteran like Kirk Cousins for a year. And
you're right, though. Those two teams definitely need quarterbacks. So,
and the Giants, the Patriots at 4, Jacksonville, Vegas, Jets, Carolina, Saints, and Chicago.
Wow, the Jets fell all the way there just for that one win. Jeez. At the end, I mean, one win at the end.
Yep. And we have coaching openings all over the place. There's 3 GM openings: Raiders, Jets, Titans. Head coaches: Raiders, Jets, Jags, Bears, Saints, and Patriots. So
that was weird. They only had like that on that Monday. They only had like one more firing than was before because there already had been 3.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, but then they waited. The Raiders they wanted to be, break new mold or something. They waited to the next day to do.
The Raiders did it like Thursday, didn't they?
Or I'm sorry,
it was
the next day, but later in the week.
Yeah.
And I think it had a lot to do. They were probably consulting with Brady, and Brady was like, "All right, let's see if we can find somebody." And then he's like, "Let's go with Belichick." Okay, get rid of Pierce. I bet you he's dictating a lot of stuff right now behind the scenes.
Mike Lombardi was on Pat McAfee yesterday or day before and said there's no way Belichick's leaving North Carolina.
Okay.
We've heard crap like that before too, though.
But like I said, he does have that thing in his contract where he can have a quick buyout before he even sees the field. So maybe.
Oh, I didn't know about that. That's crazy.
Why would you put that in there, right?
Yeah, he because he was waiting for like
an
offer all from an NFL owner. And the way he sold it to North Carolina was, you know, I have like I'm bringing my son with me as the quick
DC
replacement if no DC also, but for now, but as someone to step in if I do wind up leaving. I think that's how they sold it to them.
Well, regarding the coaching vacancies, I already hate New England Patriots, but they've gotten to a new level of I can't stand them because of what they did to it's like Gerard Mayo. They shouldn't have done it. They should have not
always
fired him.
unfair to just not give someone, especially a first timer, not more than 1 year, obviously. But that was a mistake, was just to put him in there in the first place.
The way they
knew
hired
didn't
him,
want,
right?
Not that he didn't deserve it. I'm saying because they knew in the background that they wanted this other guy, and when this other guy, Vrabel, became available, that they were gonna take him anyway. So,
well, they didn't even go through the process. They just anointed him head coach out of nowhere.
Yep.
Instead of interviewing and then maybe selecting him from a
right.
He's got very little coaching experience at all. So like they just gave it to him. It's very bizarre. You know, he hasn't put any time in yet. It's just, I don't know. It's weird. But Hembo's back with another factoid that all 12 of the head coaches in the playoffs this season come from the coaching trees of Bill Walsh or Bill Parcells. All of them. Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm just disgusted with New England.
That's from 2019. Why did that come up? Ignore that.
We'll be right back after this commercial.
I saw that. And Aaron Rodgers had 500, hit his 500 touchdown, 500 touchdown pass. Jets bag is gone for the year. And if you look at his he has 115 coming into the game. He had 499 to 115 touchdowns to interceptions. I think he threw one pick in that game.
That's the stats.
So I think he's 500 touchdowns or 501 and 116 picks. And it's the best of all time. If you look at the top four,
better than Tom Brady.
Yeah, Brady had 166 picks. Favre had 323. Peyton Manning 220, and Drew Brees 228. So of the five guys with 500 touchdowns, he has the best ratio.
Okay, you can have fun with this one. Keith will probably remember this. I still remember in 1977 when Fran Tarkenton passed Johnny Unitas for most touchdown passes. It was like 291. It was a snowy day in Buffalo. That was like the big news, 290 touchdown passes. And now they're up to 500. That's insane.
Right? That is crazy. So here we are. The last week of the season, most of it was irrelevant. And I say the irrelevant games we just quickly blow through.
Yep.
They're not worth really talking about. But the Saturday had the AFC North implications all over the place. Not that it matters because the Steelers are trash. So, the first game, though, Bailey Zappi. Remember him?
Bailey Zappi became
made a big start against the Ravens, trying to help the Steelers out, and he stepped on a ring.
It's time to go home. So the bus was out of gas. We're good.
No, I want to point that out. Not just intercepted, but when he intercepted and went up, that's coaching there. It's like every other freaking, like 90% of the other defensive them that intercept, they try to like go for the glory. He's playing for the team. Keep the ball. Don't risk losing it back. Just go down because you did your job. That's really good coaching.
Pierce, I also believe that he didn't have any.
I get it. He's not going to run all the way back. I get it. Yeah.
Without proof, but I think he's the largest man to ever pick off a ball. history. He's got it.
What about Gilbert Brown for the Packers back in the day?
True. Gilbert Brown might be. Yeah, Gilbert Brown was a big boy too. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say about it's like you knew everyone knew that the Browns weren't gonna have much of a chance against the Ravens, but I don't know. I still that Pittsburgh Cincinnati game was still important regardless of whether Ravens won or not.
Yeah, the NFL did a terrible job with the scheduling here. They should not have, the Steelers knew their outcome before the game even started.
Yeah.
You play these at the same time,
right. But it's a Saturday, and they don't want to put them on at the same time.
Yeah, worse, this was streaming only, correct?
I think so. I think it was a stream.
These games were Amazon, I think, right? Only.
Or was the NFL Network?
I didn't think it was Amazon, but I think it's NFL. Definitely
the NFL
Network.
channel. I don't remember.
Yeah, I believe it was the NFL Network. Yeah.
Okay. Either way, I mean, I was busy Saturday, so I didn't even watch them. I just kept looking at my phone. But yeah, neither of these games surprised me. The only thing that surprised me is the Steelers held the Bengals under 20. That was it. But
yeah, that was a lot closer, and there were some mistakes at the end of that game. And
oh my God,
won that.
You know what? I should have brought up the Matt Eberflus joke because Tomlin did that this week. Now Russell Wilson he goes down inbounds on a scramble with 30-something seconds to go.
Yes,
and wastes 18 more seconds. And Tomlin doesn't use his timeout right there.
That's unbelievable.
What are you doing? You got to use it. You got to call timeout. He didn't go out of bounds. You got to call timeout. So, yeah, George Pickens had 6 targets, 0 catches. And then they had a sequence where they had to get 1 yard on 3 plays and failed. Yeah, they're going into the playoffs. They're trucking into the playoffs, Pittsburgh. They are going to get destroyed.
Again, I don't think many people care about this detail, but Pittsburgh losing meant they went down in seed, and their opponent changed. Now they're going into Baltimore as opposed to what most people think the weakest playoff team, Houston.
Yeah.
So I mean, you could probably gain some momentum by going up against a weaker team on your first game and then start going from there. But now they got Baltimore, so I don't know.
Well, they're confident that they can play Baltimore well, but
that's true too.
Oh, they always play Baltimore well. Yeah, that's the given.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say it here. I'll reiterate it when we do our picks. But
yeah,
I think Lamar has exercised his demons against the Steelers, and I think they're just going to step on the Steelers' throat today. The Steelers aren't good. They're not good. They're a fraud. So they're going to be exposed pretty badly, I think. This game, did anybody get to watch any of this?
That was freaking
awesome.
Yeah,
I wasn't able to watch it, but man, they had a lot of highlights.
Wow. Both these young quarterbacks look so good. And Bryce Young, we've been saying it since his benching, different kid. Completely different kid. In fact, it's kind of weird. We had a similar moment between Bryce Young and Lamar Jackson on the same weekend. Remember when Michael Jordan would just throw the ball up and turn around?
Yeah.
Even watch it go. They both did that. Check this out.
Talk about confidence. Jeez.
Michael Jordan moments, right? And, you can see it out of Lamar. He's been in the league a while.
Yeah.
For Bryce Young, from where he was 4 months ago to where he is now.
It's almost
that's pretty amazing.
I could see him like being disappointed in the season ending because he was just really starting to have a lot of fun, and probably he can't wait till next season now.
And I'm hoping he doesn't, the backslide. Off. You know what I mean? Because you're right. Everything started clicking for him. And congrats to Carolina. They had a great.
That just reminded me. That was my one loss. We forgot to do the picks, but that was my one loss.
Oh, we did forget to do the picks.
That's okay. I just remembered because this game was such an incredible game, and there was the one I got wrong.
I will get to that in a second.
That's all right.
Yeah, really, we don't have to. We really don't have to.
Bruce is like, we really don't have to.
We really don't have to.
Did you not do well, Bruce? What was your record, Bruce?
He's trying.
Oh, he's cursing
profanity now.
What was the question?
Never mind.
Yeah.
Washington, Dallas.
You were 5-0, Bruce? Is that what happened?
Yeah, whatever. Okay, continue, please.
Did you step on a rake?
Explosive diarrhea.
Oh, unlimited.
Unlimited. Okay, all right.
Were you 3-2?
I just want everyone to know. I'll just wait till we get to the game to have a major announcement to make.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
So we still don't get your record from last week? Your
2 and
picks?
3.
2 and 3. 2 and 3. That puts you at. All right. So that puts you, Bruce, at 61 and 29.
Hey, 60. That's good.
You beat me by 1 on the season. So I did come in last. And of course,
Mr. Wednesday pick guy.
The child wins.
Be ready next
the worst thing is, so do you know how Edson makes his picks?
Yeah, after the games are over.
Yeah, that's part 2. Then he goes into one of his kids' rooms and said, "Can I borrow your Magic 8-ball, please?"
Well, that's pretty good. Yeah, I should experiment that next season to see how well the Magic 8-ball does. You're right. That's a good point.
Are they going to get woozy? Signs say maybe so. I'm sorry.
Cowboys Washington ended up. It was a pretty good game.
Yeah.
Marcus Mariota came in after Jaden Daniels clearly wasn't trying. He had horrible stats, and it looked like he was playing at half speed, trying not to get hurt. And when you play not to get hurt, you end up getting hurt.
Right.
And,
that's when you get hurt.
Yeah. So they yanked him pretty quickly and put in Mariota, and Washington came back. See McLaurin's catch at the end in the corner of the end zone was just beautiful.
I was surprised he was even in there at that time, but yeah.
I don't know why they even started him if they're going to, he clearly was not aggressive. So, yeah, it was weird. There was a weird incident in this game, though. Dallas's kicker, Aubrey, kicks off the ball. Did you see this?
No.
And, line drives it out of bounds and nails a cheerleader right in the head.
Shot there too, trying to maneuver it. At least he smiled.
I'm glad she seems okay.
And then Aubrey stepped on a rake. Yeah.
Won't get her number.
I love you. Bang. Oops.
Oops.
I was going to propose to her tonight, but I guess that's screwed.
I'll refrain from saying there was nothing in there to damage. Oops, I just said it.
Oh,
I was going to say the same thing, but I was trying to word it a different way.
All right, Bruce. Sorry about this, man. Last play of the game. Your Packers take it on the chin, which doomed them to the 7th seed, my friend.
Okay, I got a memo here.
Mm-hmm.
Due to advice of counsel, I am not allowed to discuss the Packers Bears game due to the foul language I'm about to use right now.
Oh, I'm going to get him going again when he gets back here.
So much for getting through these games quick.
Yeah, right. So
please continue.
You guys played the Bears a year or two ago, and you fell for this fake fair catch trick. And from the same team, the Bears did this to you.
Yeah.
The Bears did it again. They did it again. You fell for it again, man.
Not where is the returner, but where is the football? Because you're going to think he's over there, but he's actually up here. And nobody from Green Bay really locates that punt as it's going downfield.
Yeah.
Well, no one on the special teams actually looks to see where the ball is.
Yeah. Sorry about that. DJ Moore faked you out of your sock. It wasn't even really a great fake either. Just
I'm
everybody
trying to read that. What
do you?
It says "Do not disturb."
Oh.
I mean, seriously though, that is critical, and the fact that they went to the number 7 make. I know.
Yeah,
we'll
that
talk
was
more
that
about
was
this.
yeah.
We'll talk more about this, but I hate that matchup. It's a great matchup for like a championship game, but it's a terrible matchup for a wild card game.
The NFC has a lot of tough matchups right out of the gate. AFC is a little easier to call, I think, this week.
Yeah.
But yeah, and when I found out from watching That's Good Sports, Brandon Perna, I suggest everyone go subscribe to his YouTube channel, that they fell for that same trick once before against the same team. That's incredible to me. That's bad preparation, man. That's preparation H.
That's right. Yeah.
Special teams coach.
So this game happened. Moving on.
Yeah, exactly. There was.
Jonathan Taylor had 177 yards in a meaningless game.
I mean, I'm glad he's still, giving the fans something, but too little.
And Flacco played all right, but yeah. And this game also happened. I'll tell you what the biggest surprise for me was, and I know most of the Bills' second teamers were in there and all the down the liners, but Joe Milton, this third string quarterback.
Oh yeah.
Hello. Did you watch any of this? Like the highlights from this guy?
Yes, I did. And he, like I said before, when that game was going on, I was like, wait, they have this guy on the bench?
That's what I said too.
Holy cow.
I had going on and
first of all, New England's not going anywhere this season. So this doesn't fall into the benching of your quarterback not to get hurt thing. Come on. That's stupid. But I'm glad they
especially when they're going to play against down the liners.
Yeah. But I'm glad they discovered somebody. It's like...
There was one play, and I'm sure you remember it. He rolled out to his right and threw across his body a good 35, 40 yards down.
Yeah.
It was a dart across the field. Like, he's big, he's strong. Like, we'll see what happens when he plays like a real Bills.
I know, but now I'm wondering, like, wow, what are they going to make moves there in their offseason with these two guys? I know they'd rather keep them both.
I mean, a one-game audition against
I know.
It's like a preseason game, but
yep.
I think he opened some eyes. We'll have to see. We'll have to see a few more games out of him.
I'm sure he'll get a lot of playing time next preseason.
Yeah, it's very little sample size, but he could end up trade bait.
Yep.
Okay, I'm ready to talk about the Packers game now.
Wow. Like we're like 3 games in.
This game happened.
Another one that happened.
Yeah.
The only thing that comes out of this game is like I just kept wondering if Hurts was going to be, ready for the playoffs.
Yeah,
he's been out for like 3 weeks now.
I think they just sat him to make threes 100. We just talked about Joe Milton. Tanner McKee for the Eagles is kind of doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Tanner McKee's got 4 touchdown passes in one game in what, a quarter?
Yeah, that's another team that discovered somebody.
Right. Yeah.
And the other and the I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but that I admire Philadelphia as an organization for their decision over like the Buffalo thing. Oh, we just want to keep Josh Allen's starting streak going, so we'll just throw him in for the beginning to drive. What's the big deal about that? But Philadelphia is like, no, you're Barkley. I know you're close to breaking a record, but you're not going in because we want you for the playoffs. Now that was a good decision.
There were some fans. Sorry, Bruce. Go ahead.
I have a question. I mean, this is a question for both of you. UConn, was it Maya Moore She tore her ACL.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And she has streak. She has streak, and they put her in for one play.
Oh wow!
So she could score a layup. Then they took her out of the game. Wasn't it?
Yeah, she was going to be the all-time scorer, so they let her.
Okay.
Like she went out there on one leg, and nobody defended her, and they let her just throw the ball in.
Wow.
I remember that. I'm like, what are they doing? And she tore her ACL. She's like hobbling out there.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's almost like when Brett Favre rolled down for Strahan.
Yeah, for that sack.
They just fell down and let him get the sack, But I did see there was a group of fans in the front row in the end zone of this game that had a sign that said, "We drove 1,500 miles to see Saquon break the record."
Wow.
I hope that was a joke because
that
would have sucked if they paid all that money and went that far and he wasn't playing. But yeah, so the Eagles just eagled their way in. They fly in high in Philadelphia. This game was awesome.
This was really a good game.
This was a nail biter. The Saints had the lead in the first half. They had a 10-point lead at one point.
Yeah.
And I think Baker, they said, I was watching Red Zone, and they said Baker had to keep going, kind of like, wake the F up, you guys. Like they were sleepwalking. Then they did. And the best part was they stopped the Saints on 4th down late in the game, like 2 minutes to go. And they could have taken the victory formation. Mike Evans was 5 yards short of becoming the second player in history with 11 straight 1,000-yard receiving seasons. So they ran a play, and they were only up by 1 score. If he throws a pick 6,
yeah,
Baker Mayfield, and you don't want to do this. Remember Pisarcik, right?
Yep. You remember that, Edson? Do you remember that, or did you watch it on
I
NFL?
remember that pulling that in the archives. Yeah.
You play to win the game. Picked up the ball and ran it in. Herm Edwards. But they designed a play to throw it to Mike Evans to get him the record, and they got 8 yards out of it. And he got his record. He's now tied with Jerry Rice, the only 2 receivers to have 11 straight 1,000-yard seasons.
That's pretty amazing.
That's such a cool.
And Mike missed a good chunk of the year.
Yep.
So
he did. Did he miss like 3 or 4 games?
Yeah,
at least maybe 5. It was so you can't say, oh, he had the extra game this year.
Nope.
So good on Tampa Bay. Who doesn't love these guys? I mean, you got to really love these guys.
I love their coach. The coach is awesome.
Absolutely.
The coach is awesome. Awesome.
The coach on down. There's so many likable guys on this team. You got to be happy for them. I don't think they're going to go far, but you got to love Tampa Bay. This game happened.
Yeah, it happened. Like, what the heck?
You know what,
though?
Will Levis gave us one more Levis and Butthead moment. The mayonnaise boy strike. Actually, there were 2 crazy moments. The first one, actually. So, C.J. Stroud, obviously, he didn't play. Davis Mills played. And did you see him? There was a scoring play. He dives for the end zone. He lands right on his face. Did you see this?
No.
I can't believe he didn't break his neck. This is terrifying to watch, but it's funny that he was totally fine. Davis Mills stepped on a rake.
Oh,
if you could lip read CJ Stroud, he goes, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, my God. Hey, we can look at it again. That's not how you dive for the end zone.
The helmet did its job this time. Holy cow!
Right.
And could you imagine the old AstroTurf was like falling on concrete?
Oh.
He would not have gotten up. Oh no.
And I think the best part is the Titans wore the Houston Oilers uniforms too.
Those were cool. Those were nice.
Did it to somehow like they were trying to rub it in Houston's face, or like we're the real Houston Oilers, or I don't know what their plan was, but it totally backfired. They suck. They end up with the number 1 pick overall because of this, but where is it? This is hysterical. So Will Levis, he starts doing this thing like money, I'm money, baby. And on the very next play, fumbles.
Yeah, that's money flying out of his account because it's not coming in. That's what it is.
Yeah. Thank you,
Well.
Will Levis. You helped secure the #1 pick to replace you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So yeah, that game happened. Moving on. This game happened.
This was
That game happened.
Weird game.
This game had like no consequences.
Like,
Like
no.
zero. Like, yeah, this game happened.
This just in, Arizona is wondering if we played a game last week. No one watched. Film at 11.
This game also
And
happened.
this game also happened. And it's
This
like
kills me too because Carson Wentz, I feel like he's such an idiot because I was telling everybody, including you guys,
I know
Bengals are gonna win, and Carson Wentz, because he's playing for a contract, he's got to prove that he deserves to start somewhere.
Oh yeah, he did that.
Oh,
Started somewhere in the CFL or something. I don't know.
Start the bus and get him out of town, man. Holy
Forget the CFL. He's going to go for a WFL, World Football League.
There you go.
Send him to London with the Browns and the Jets. Holy
Did you all get those stats I sent you on how many total yards Kansas City had for the game?
Oh yeah, it was.
Oh my gosh,
89 total yards.
Yeah, it was awful. I mean, I get that they were playing the down the liners in Carson Wentz, but Carson Wentz was a #1 draft pick at one point.
Yeah. This is like Andy Reid saying, you know what, we got to try to get everyone to, go up against, just dismiss us from this game so that we can just surprise everyone.
Oh my God.
I think most people don't know this. If you look, we have to look very closely that the guy from State Farm actually coached that game for Kansas City.
Oh, okay.
Jake from State Farm.
Yeah, because Andy said, I'm going to have a cheeseburger and sit down with Stefanski and just see what's happening.
Take a break.
Yeah, take a break. I mean, this doesn't mean anything.
Andy wanted those chicky nuggies.
That's right.
Chicky nuggies. Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I was close, though. I got the Cincinnati running the table part right 5 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I said, run the table, and they did.
They only needed one other thing, and that was this. But
Yeah, I had in Miami lost. All I needed was Carson Wentz to at least somewhat resemble competent. Holy moly! I mean, you got guys like Joe Milton and Tanner McKee totally upstaging this guy who was a #1 pick.
Yeah,
not too long ago. It was 7 years ago, 8 years ago. I mean, come on, awful.
Only thing that was good about that Denver Kansas City game was the throwback uniforms.
The throwback uniforms, and I forgot to clip it. My mistake. The one touchdown Denver had where it bounced off like it pinballed off.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
That was pretty awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, they actually got rid of this. This was the game that CBS had, and they got like, okay, we're moving away from this into the Chargers game.
That was hilarious.
Yeah.
I looked up and I said, okay, it's 31-0. Then you hear the dreaded announcement. Due to we're going to a more competitive game right now. It's in the third quarter.
the only value I see in that a little bit is that Denver is must have quite a lot of confidence by now against Kansas, not just because of this game, but because they should have won the first game.
Should have beat them the first time.
And if they by any chance do beat Buffalo, they're going up against Kansas City, and they shouldn't even blink going against Kansas.
I'll tell you what, I think they have a better chance of upsetting Buffalo than Pittsburgh does of upsetting Baltimore.
Okay.
And we know how close the Steelers-Ravens games are. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying that. Yeah, this game happened.
Yeah, I actually wound up picking this game because I counted on Stafford not playing, and I was right about that, but I couldn't believe how the Rams almost beat him anyways.
Jimmy G, baby. Jimmy G. Don't doubt Jimmy G.
Can't believe he's still there.
Oh, man. He smiled and posed his way to 25 points, but it wasn't enough.
Wasn't enough. And the Seahawks had such high hopes and didn't make the playoffs.
You know what, though? When you switch your coaching staff, you're kind of in a rebuild mode a little bit. For them to come up 10-7 exceeded my expectations for them. I figured they'd be 8-9, 9-8 at the best. So, yeah.
And me too. And if you look at it from that perspective, that's true. But it was just that they started out so well. I think they were like 4-0, 5-0, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, they hit
Started out
the
so good.
middle of the season. They stumbled around a lot, and then
Yeah.
they got better toward the end again, but it was a little too late. Meanwhile, the Rams started awful too. They were like 1-4.
Mm-hmm.
Came out of nowhere. Watch out for the Rams.
I'll watch out for the Rams because they are, for the first time since week 1, they are completely healthy.
And they're deceptively boring yet efficient.
Effective. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, two things I can say about Seattle is they were, and we talked about it last week, they used to be invincible. Is that the right word?
Invincible.
At home, yeah.
At home, they were 3-6 this year, and that's a big thing. And when they lost that game to the Giants at home, you could just something happened to them because they were not the same after that.
That's when they got in trouble in the middle of the year there. Yeah.
That's the one game I point out that's why you don't make the playoffs. You lose to the Giants.
Right. At home. I can see if they came across the country and lost here, at a 1:00 game, but to lose at home where, as Bruce pointed out, they used to be so dominant. This game happened. Brock Bowers set some records for tight end, rookie tight end, but
it was competitive, but it was kind of a home game too.
Let me ask you guys a question. Just before we move on from this game, if the Raiders do pry Bill Belichick out of North Carolina, do you think they're going to keep Aiden O'Connell because they want Belichick to develop him? Because I think he's got the raw talent. I think he hasn't been developed properly. He's a mess.
What position? I'm sorry.
Quarterback.
He's
or do you think they draft a new quarterback? I mean,
I think
okay.
From what I've seen of him, I think that Belichick will want to try because you're right. He does have the talent. It'll probably all depend also on whether what other prospect they might like, whether it's picking from the draft or trying to get somebody else. But I think he definitely is someone that he can work with.
I think if he does take the job and they offer it to him, and as much as I hate saying this, because you guys know the way I feel about him, if he does take the job, I could bet you any amount of money that Brady will be in the room, quote unquote, grooming him and saying, "This is what you need to do." It'll be in films. It'll be in film session.
Yeah.
Brady will be give his influence and stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. I think Brady's going to have to step down from television. If he's going to be an active, owner of the Raiders, how's he going to do television at the same time? You just can't.
Well, I mean, is there any rules, NFL rules, against an owner or part owner also being someone like a quarterback's coach?
Oh, maybe. But I mean, Jerry Jones is the GM. He can do whatever he wants. So
that's what I'm saying.
If Tom Brady wants to sit down with the kid and talk to him, there's no stopping him.
Right.
I mean, he doesn't have to be an official quarterback's coach, but it doesn't mean he can't meet with the guy
every couple of weeks and say, "Okay, you're doing this wrong, but this looks good."
The film study for sure. Yeah.
Right. And I'm sure the Jets would more than be happy to have Tom come and talk with them. Edson, what happened here? What happened is what I thought would happen. Aaron Rodgers was going to go out as Aaron Rodgers, considering it might be his last game ever. And he did.
That's quite a lot of, there's a lot of questions over there with the Jets organization. I think basically what happened is that this game was kind of overlapping, but after maybe 15 minutes after the Denver game, and once they knew that there was no chance, they kind of just gave up. And definitely Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill gave up 5-6 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's true for sure. But I think as a team, they're oh yeah, there's no hope, no chance for us to get into the playoffs. So it's kind of deflating. I think that's what happened. Yeah, but I saw that. I wrote the Jets on my picks before I changed my mind about it.
So did I.
And
because I thought Aaron Rodgers might Aaron Rodgers, and then I'm but he also still might pull one of these.
That's emblematic of the Jets season there.
The Jets season. Get Devontae Adams just murdered. He almost got decapitated on that play.
Took way too long. I mean, I know it's a trick play, but it took way too long to develop.
And then
You're not
there
fooling
was no
anybody.
zip on the throw. He floated it over to Adams. By the time
Yeah.
Adams caught it, that guy was trucking down. Those cornerbacks can close with speed these days, man.
During that play, if you listen very carefully, you could hear Robert Saleh screaming no while the ball's in the air.
Yeah, good point.
Little known fact.
So they interviewed Aaron Glenn this week, amongst others. So it's going to be interesting. I think Mike Vrabel's coming off the table for everyone but New England now.
Yep.
He's interviewed with 3 teams. He's going to drive his price up for sure. But I think he's going to end up with the Patriots. So the Jets, it's going to be interesting to see who the Jets go with. And if I were the Jets, they've had how many defensive-minded coaches in a row now?
A lot.
Aside from Adam Gase, I mean, you talk Bowles was defensive.
Yep.
Rex Ryan was defensive. Robert Saleh was defensive. Herm Edwards was defensive. Adam Gase is the only offensive-minded head coach they brought in what, almost 15, 20 years? I think they need to reverse. They should get somebody like Ben Johnson in there.
Yeah.
Well, the last offensive-minded coach was, I want to say, Bruce Coslet.
Well, Adam Gase was 6-7 years ago, but he was a disaster. But yeah, I mean, the last really good offensive-minded coach they had, you're right, was probably Bruce Coslet.
What was Kotite offense or defensive? But I mean, he didn't do the very well, anyways.
You couldn't tell.
Yeah,
you couldn't tell with Kotite.
Stroking Joe Walton.
Special teams.
Remember stroking Joe Walton? He'd be sitting there picking his nose all the time.
Oh, jeez.
Was Joe Walton that famous picture in NFL Followers when the hat flies off against Cleveland or something? Was that Joe Walton?
That was Joe Walton.
All right, the show has hit a new low here.
Yeah, we're talking Jets coaching. That's bad.
Wow.
This game just happened.
The shock of the week. This game meant a lot. This game was for.
I couldn't believe that.
And Sam Darnold.
He finally got to pumpkin mode. We waited all year long. And we finally got there.
Wow. You know what? Aaron Glenn's being interviewed as a head coach.
Yeah. This is why.
This guy, the Lions are missing so many starters on defense, and they get better using the bench. Like, this guy has coached up that defense to another level.
This one game got him more interviews for a coaching job.
By the way, we have a special guest on the show today. Jahmyr Gibbs is here with me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Say hi to Jahmyr, everyone. Hello.
What up, Jahmyr? How's it going?
That's another thing that Detroit organization. It's like they had 2 great running backs. They lost one and still got better.
Knuckles is also here. David Montgomery, come in. David Montgomery's here, but he's on IR. Hello,
I forgot
everyone.
to check. Is he even eligible during this playoff run? If they do a playoff run,
I don't know. I think
I gotta go. Okay.
Yeah, but you know what else was cool about this before the game? Justin Jefferson got to meet some Detroit legends in the house.
Pleasure, my guy. Absolute pleasure to meet you, brother. Man, keep doing it. I will. Phenomenal, man. Appreciate that. Hey, we just don't need a Hall of Fame tonight. You know what I'm saying? What's good, my guy? Real good, man. Good to see you, my guy. Man. Good luck, sir, man. Stay safe, man. All right.
You know what I love about when I see young modern players who respect the lineage of
yes
and the guys who came before. There's so many guys who don't appreciate the guys who came before them at all, and that was cool to see. That's why I clipped it.
Classic line. We just don't need that Hall of Fame shit
Yeah.
tonight.
I have a Megatron jersey in my closet. I love that guy. I love that guy.
He was great.
He was fantastic.
The Megatron snow face against Philadelphia one year. That was crazy.
And the league still hasn't corrected remember the game?
Yeah.
It was against Chicago.
It was against Chicago.
Caught the ball with one hand, had the possession all the way to the ground, and then his elbow hit and the ball popped out, and they called it incomplete. I'm like, come on, man. He had both feet down. He had the ball for it felt like an eternity while he fell.
Yeah.
Total control. And they still haven't fixed that rule. I also think they need to fix this rule where a receiver catches the ball on the boundary, and if like they tap their right foot twice, but the left foot never comes down because they're getting pushed out of bounds, they call that incomplete right now.
I thought that. Oh wow! For some reason, I thought they didn't do that anymore.
No, they still do, and
Wow.
and like George Pickens got bit by it twice this year, and I've seen other receivers have this happen. And Troy Aikman was yelling about it a few weeks ago. Like 2 right feet should equal both feet.
Yeah.
If you tap 1 foot twice, because you're inbounds that long that you can hop on it.
Yeah.
Twice,
Yeah.
that should count. So.
I mean, if you go down on one knee, it counts, right?
Yes.
Well, to me,
or one elbow. Yeah.
To me, the ultimate toe tapping thing was the Pittsburgh Arizona Super Bowl. Was that San Antonio Holmes?
Antonio Holmes, baby.
That was incredible.
That was art.
Because Roethlisberger threw that ball in a window that's so tiny a pin couldn't fit through it.
Into double coverage. Yeah.
Right. In the deepest part of the end zone with it was like 20 seconds left. It was all or nothing throw.
Yeah. That was crazy. That was art. That was beautiful. And my heart was ripped in half when Larry Fitzgerald went down the field and they took the lead with 2 minutes to go. I'm like, oh my God. And then Pittsburgh starts the drive with a holding call that backs them up, to their 5, and they have to go all the way down the field. That was crazy. And that was so satisfying. San Antonio Holmes.
I still think Larry Fitzgerald is one of the most underrated players in the history of the game.
Oh,
he is one of my all-time favorite players.
I love Larry Fitzgerald. And where did he come from? Your Pitt Panthers.
That's right.
On to the playoffs.
And he almost won a Heisman Trophy that senior year, if I remember correctly.
Should have.
I just like
Hall of Famer.
He just owned the middle of he wasn't like those down the sideline receivers, but that whole middle of the field, he owned that whole middle, and he got hit a lot. And
he was tough, gracious. No, never stirred the pot, never ran his mouth. No, he was all class.
He was all class
in a world class athlete.
Yes,
they love him in Pittsburgh. He's a hometown hero. All right, you guys ready to pick the wild card?
Yep.
All right. So before we pick, I just want to bring up another Hembo stat.
Oh,
this is the scoring margin versus playoff teams currently. Oh, Baltimore is plus 112 against playoff. All these teams are in the playoffs. The next closest team, and we know how they score, is the Lions at plus.
That's incredible
36.
to me.
And you start getting into negative numbers down here with Minnesota, Buffalo, Green Bay, Rams, Pittsburgh. Blah, 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 blah. Houston is the worst at minus 66. So that means, Baltimore just whomps on good teams. I'm just throwing that out there before I make my picks. Just let you know. All right, here we go. Let's start with the game that everyone is on the. I can't wait for this. No, nobody can wait for this game. Nobody cares.
I actually like this game, but
we got the Chargers at the Houston, Texas. The spread is currently 3, according to this FanDuel website that I loaded this morning. Who wants to go first? How about our reigning champion?
I mean, I'm looking forward to this game because
just for the audience, we're picking with the points for the playoffs.
Yes,
so
I just realized something. You didn't get the last letter of the word champion out. You got the N out barely, then Ed jumped right in.
I'm trying to be modest. I'm trying to.
Bruce, I thought you were going to tell me I did a Ditka. You ever notice if you ever listen to Mike Ditka, he would never finish the sentence before he started his next
Yeah.
He'd be like, so then he catches the ball and he goes, and then the guy over here, he would just go to his next thought before he finished the previous one. I loved Coach. I worked with Coach a few times. He was the best. Coach, if you're watching, I doubt you are, but
yeah, Houston now every time they got into the playoffs, the Texans have gotten this slot here, the Saturday afternoon slot.
Yeah, I read that stat. That's crazy.
But I know what you're saying, but I actually am looking forward to this game because I've been wanting to watch the Chargers all year long. So I just, looking forward to seeing Harbaugh's team just do, this is his first first year back and gets them into the playoffs. And if with the point spread of being 3, I'm going to go with the Chargers with -3.
Bruce, you can go next. I'll go last since I came in last place.
I'm taking. I just love Houston. Like I said, Edson brought up a great point. Houston gets all lathered up and fired up for the playoffs. And I remember one year they played against Kansas City. The crowd's going crazy. Opening kickoff, the guy from Kansas City runs it back. Houston's like, what do we do now?
Looking for the exits.
Yeah, really.
They've had some legendary playoff disasters.
So, before I get to the game, I'm going to do this real quick. Shout outs. Boop, Geezy, Move Church, Boom, friends and family, Dementia Get Well, Majid, welcome back. Okay, I'm taking, I think I'll take Houston, but then again, I'll take Houston because I think they're due.
Really? With the points? Houston +3. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, that is the one hesitation I had. You're right. That's like everybody's just jumping off, against Houston. And this is what happens in the NFL often, that they just surprise you.
But you never know because whatchamacall have him playing, and he's a good coach for I just threw a blank.
D'Amico?
Huh?
D'Amico?
No, the coach for the Chargers.
Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah, because Harbaugh will have him playing hard.
Yeah. I'm taking the Chargers -3 as well because I think Jim Harbaugh's. I mean, his teams don't lay an egg in the wild card. They just won't. That's my opinion. And Houston's looked bad all year. I mean, they have 10 wins, but they got to play Jacksonville twice. They got to play the Colts twice. They got to play Tennessee twice. It's like, I know it's the NFL and anybody can beat anybody, but yeah.
Yeah, and Houston may also have a chip on their shoulder because everybody just dismisses them. So that may be a way. But
they're playing for Tank Dell. That's what they said.
I just think that Harbaugh will have the Chargers ready.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
All right, moving on to tonight's game that is only streaming on Prime.
Hey, I'm fine with that.
A lot of people aren't.
I
don't
know.
give a crap.
I know.
Full disclosure, I'm going to a hockey game instead. I had the tickets before they announced the playoffs. Out of the 6 time slots they could have given this game, this is the one time they couldn't. I didn't want. Like just anything but Saturday at 8. Saturday.
Wow.
8. And I'm not going to give up the hockey game. I could care because the Steelers are going to get their asses kicked.
I heard from somebody who has, and I don't know if any of you tried this, who have YouTube TV, that they have this game somewhere in there in their plan. So I don't know if it's like it is really exclusive to Amazon, or maybe YouTube TV has some kind of contract with Amazon. I don't know, but they have. But anyways, that's just for whoever might be listening.
Thank you, Edson.
Are we? Oh yeah, picking this game, huh?
Yeah. The spread is 9.5. 9.5. Steelers. Let me zoom this up because you guys probably can't see that at all. There, that probably helps, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I see it.
All right.
And you know what? I definitely think Baltimore's going to win, but I think it's going to be a lot closer than what people think because they know each other so well. I can't believe I'm forgetting the coach's name already. Tomlin. As an underdog, Tomlin always gets them ready to play. Not saying that they're going to win, but I think it'll be a lot closer than what most people have. So I'm going to go with the Steelers with the 9.5 points.
Okay. Baltimore to win outright. Steelers with the points.
Yes. Yep.
Bruce?
I'm thinking Baltimore to win outright because I think you showed me that you guys sent me that stat about the 28 stat for the Ravens quarterbacks, and I think Lamar Jackson's got.
Yeah.
And Lamar Jackson, I think, has got a little chip on his shoulder now.
Yeah, he does. I agree.
But you never know what's. I'm taking Baltimore straight up. Taking Baltimore
minus the points.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm with you, Bruce. I'm also taking the Ravens minus the points. But Edson, you're right. It'll be close for a while, but there's going to be one of these like they did last time. They beat the Steelers by 14 or 17.
Yeah,
But it was late. It was a pick six at the end that put them two scores up. It's going to be something like that. It's going to happen. I think the Steelers will be down by a touchdown, and the Ravens will just tag another one on it.
There'll probably be a desperation play,
or they'll kick a field goal. They'll go up by 2 scores. It'll be at least 10 points, I think. So, because like Bruce said, I agree. I think Lamar has had enough of the you're a failure in the postseason. And the 28 that Bruce was referring to is that when the Ravens won their first Super Bowl, they were with, oh my God, I just drew a blank on his name.
Joe Flacco.
No, it was the guy before him. Oh my God. Do I got to go find the text I sent you guys?
While you're doing that, let me see this. Look at this. This is great.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you so much.
Oh my God. See, doing these shows early in the morning just farts my brain right to pieces. I got to find it.
Glad you enjoyed the show.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can see him too. What's his name?
Trent Dilfer.
Okay.
Right. So they win their first Super Bowl with Trent Dilfer. He had just turned 28. They win their second Super Bowl with Joe Flacco, just turned 28. And then Lamar turned 28. Let's see. I said yesterday on this text, which was Wednesday. So he on the 7th, January 7th, he turned 28. So Rod Serling says, now this game I'm excited about. Tomorrow, 1:00. I'm thinking maybe we'll live stream this game if you want. I might do it. If you guys want to jump in, let me know. This might be fun to watch and like comment too. This is going to be such an awesome game. Point spread is high though, 8.5. Denver going to Buffalo. I remember when Cincinnati went into Buffalo 2 years ago and picked them off. And
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Denver's going to pick them off, but I think it could be close. What do you guys think?
I'm trying to go back and forth because it's 8.5. Okay.
Yeah.
I just think it's a bad matchup. Not a bad matchup, but a bad time and matchup for Denver. Bo Nix isn't as good away as he is at home. Just going to be, the crowd's going to be, that the home field advantage is going to be crazy. And I think, speaking of chip on their shoulder, Buffalo is like, we can't lose this opportunity. Not that I think they're going to the Super Bowl or anything, but I think this game is kind of like just a really bad matchup for Denver. And I'm actually picking them and giving the points.
Buffalo minus 8.5.
Yep.
Okay. Bruce?
I'm taking, I forgot about the points, so I'm just doing it for my heart because Edson's going to cheat anyway, no matter what happens.
How am I cheating?
Oh, for those of you watching at home, Edson's is not really live. This is a tape. This is like 3 days in advance. Edson did this, so he's making his picks after knowing the scores.
He came back in time.
Yes, right. Full disclosure. I'm taking Buffalo because I think Buffalo's got something to prove. Buffalo's got something to prove this year.
All right. Full disclosure. I've discovered a little bit of time. My future self from like the middle of the week is right here next to me and telling me pick these games. Okay, fine. I admit it.
Probably wearing that damn hat. Anyway,
Thank you so much for wearing the hat, by the way. Glad it survived until next week. Sorry, go ahead. I think we're getting punchy now.
Yeah. So Bruce, you have the Bills minus 8.5.
Yes. They have something to prove. I think they have something to prove this year. I really do.
I agree.
And thank you again, Mile Marker.
I agree. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Too.
Hey, look, I'm a Steelers fan, diehard, but I'm a realist, and they're trash. I'm telling you. I've been telling these guys. I told these guys when they were 9-3, they were going to end up 10-7, and they were laughing at me.
I wasn't laughing. I actually agreed with you.
You guys were actually, you were surprised that I was saying.
We were surprised.
Yeah,
I was surprised.
I was, but I
was right. I told you the Bengals were going to run the table, and I was right. I'm going to go against you guys. I'm taking the Broncos with the points. I think the Bills win the game, but I think the Broncos hang in there, maybe lose by a touchdown. I just, there's a fight in Denver. There's something about them, and they're getting, I don't know, they just look better. I know they lost to Cincinnati in overtime, but Sean Payton's got them believing. And
we always got at least one of these great surprises on Wild
yeah,
Card
there's
Weekend.
always an
Let's
upset.
see what happens.
That might be the
this
one.
one.
Might be the one. All right, now we get on to Bruce's game tomorrow at 4:30. Packers and Eagles. And see, I'd say let's stream this one, but I know Bruce needs to focus. He needs to.
No, we can stream that. I will be glad to watch that game with you.
Anyone, either one of these would be fine.
Because I got plans at 2:00, so I will be glad to watch the Packers Eagles game with you guys.
All right.
And you'll hear a different language from me during the game, but I don't care.
So, this sucks. It sucks that the Packers are 7 seed.
Yes,
it's unbelievable.
This is the one I hate.
NFC is jacked, man.
I could see either both of these teams reaching far into the playoffs, and now it's one of them's going to be gone right off the bat. I don't like it. But what is the current spread?
It's 4.5.
4.5. Okay, I know that's. Like when I was looking at these, it was actually 5.5. So that means a lot of more people are like
going with Green Bay.
So I'm going to stick with my pick, which is Green Bay with the points. I think the Eagles will squeak out a win here. Probably this will probably be the game that comes to the last play or the last play in the last few seconds. So, but I'm going to go with Green Bay with the points.
I have some. If you guys haven't noticed watching at home, when Edson makes his picks, he looks looks down and looks to his side.
Because I wrote my notes down.
no. Because the thing is, though, he's trying to distract you because he already knows the answer because he has his cyborg right next to him on the other side, whispering in his ear.
No,
so
I already told you it's my actual real self from the future.
I've been watching too much of the $6 Million Man and the Bionic Woman. I apologize. Green Bay all the way. Green Bay. I can't let my boys down.
I would not be shocked if Green Bay actually won the game, but I think they'll cover the points. Yep.
Same. I have Green Bay plus 4.5. I think this is going to be a really slobber knocker. It's going to come down to whether or not they stop Saquon. It's just that simple as that. Because I think both teams are going to throw the ball well. It's just if Philadelphia eats more clock using that running game, but then again, Green Bay can do that with Josh Jacobs too. So.
Exactly.
For a 7 versus 2, these two teams are pretty evenly matched. All right. This game's going to be fun.
I think this would probably be the more fun where I just watch it, not with like any kind of tension, but like just let's just have some fun.
There will be tension for me because I love both these teams and I love both these quarterbacks. I love
Well, I just like
these are my
watching them
two
play.
favorite quarterbacks. I love Baker Mayfield and I love Jaden Daniels.
And you hate to see one
of them go out.
And Tampa Bay's at home. Baker Mayfield's got this big chance here. Washington has surpassed all expectations. I get it, but I think this is where it will be like, okay, they're already a year or two ahead, and I believe Tampa Bay's just going to beat them outright. Well, and cover the points. It's like 3 points, right? Yeah,
3. Yeah,
they're at home. Mayfield's just right now at the top of his game in terms of the whole season. And, I think it's just going to be too much for Washington to overcome.
Oh, I wanted to tell you guys this. Remember I told you last week a friend of mine, one of my best friends' younger brother, unexpectedly passed away? I told you about that.
Oh, yeah.
So I was talking to my friend Keenan, and I said, is there anything I can do for you guys? You guys are like family. Let me know if you need anything. And he writes this to me. Come to think of it, there's one thing you can do. On Sunday afternoon, can you post yourself in a picture in a Saquon Barkley jersey saying "Go Eagles"?
That's a tall ask, man.
And I wrote back to him, I may be from Philly, but I sure as hell ain't going to wear no jersey saying Go Eagles. Go Pack. Go.
Oh man, we just give him this video clip instead. That was the highlight of the year.
Yes, it was. Yeah. I would definitely do that. I'm taking Washington because the point spread. Washington's going to make it competitive. Tampa Bay might win, but the way you can never count the Redskins out because they've shown many times with less than 2 minutes they can drive the ball down the field. They get it in Dallas, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, and you can never count them out. No, so I'll go ahead and I'll take Washington on this one.
This was hard for me to pick too for the reason that Jaden Daniels has had several comeback wins already as a rookie, but I got to lean toward Tampa at home. Washington's defense is still kind of suspect. You know what's going to be great though? We get Evans versus Lattimore. They hate each other.
Oh yeah, Lattimore's finally playing. That's right. It's big news down here.
Yeah, they hate each other. That should be good. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. But I think Tampa at home will cover the 3. Yeah, I love Washington. I love Jaden Daniels. And you're right, Edson. They're a year or two ahead of schedule anyway. So this might be one of these where the Washington ends up the Chiefs in 5 years, and we just like enough with Washington.
Yeah, I know. I remember in the early Kansas City days, it's like, oh, that's cool. Someone who could beat
I like this Mahomes.
Yeah, he can he can get rid of Brady and stuff like that. But
yeah, get rid of that.
Oh
man.
I remember when they beat San Francisco in that first Super Bowl, my friend Doug said, yeah, I'm happy for the Chiefs now, but I guarantee you 5 years from now we hate these fucking guys.
Yeah.
He was right.
I changed my insurance because of the Chiefs.
There you go. Good.
I have Progressive now, and I'm damn proud of it.
Do you still eat
chicken? Oh, look at this. We got.
Oh no, it's Paul Harriet. The whole season? Well, I'm sorry, Paul. You should feel better to do with your time.
According to Keith, remember, guys. According to Keith, the first show, Keith's famous words. Here we are, ready to pick some college basketball. We're doing NFL talk, so don't worry, we got you covered. Go ahead.
And finally, Monday night, which has now been moved to Glendale, Arizona, because of all the fires. And we should say, for everyone.
Oh yes, please. You're in our prayers.
A lot of friends in that area that are out in the fire zone, and it's awful.
It's got to be awful.
Your elected officials have failed you miserably out there. Minnesota at the Rams at Arizona.
Oh man, no SoFi. Come on.
No SoFi. I saw you as soon as that came through us. It's like, oh, no SoFi reference. Oh, come on.
No, as soon as I saw this match, I was like, hey, SoFi's going to get their primetime game, but
if it doesn't burn down, yeah.
Yeah, no, they're not. Oh, this was kind of tough because I know a lot of people soured on Minnesota after that. It's one game against Detroit, and they soured on them, and I don't know. It's tough, and the Rams are kind of like low key, but as I said before, they're now completely healthy again. It's almost like they're starting up the season with all their players. There isn't going to be much of a home field, but I like their coach better than the Vikings coach, and getting the points. I think the Rams are actually going to win this game. So,
wow.
And I'll take the points.
Minnesota with the points?
No, I thought the Rams are getting the points.
Oh, you're right. The Rams are getting the points.
I mean, I actually think the Rams are going to squeak this out. Plus, getting some points, that'd be great.
Yep. Bruce?
I'm going to take Minnesota because Edson made a very good point. The Rams don't truly have a fan base. I mean, if you watch some of the games at SoFi, half the crowd is rooting for the other team. And Vikings fans, my ex-sister-in-law is a huge Viking fan. She will tell you the Vikings fans will travel. They will go anywhere to get Minnesota winners. And going to Phoenix, that's not so. and it's like they'll make it a home game for them. So I'll take the Vikings because their defense is really good. Just don't wear the Frosty the Snowman uniforms. They should be all right.
I definitely agree with you about the fan base, and they'll show up for sure.
Thank you, mile marker. Yeah. Luckily, the rest of my family lives in Orange County. They're safe as well. But yeah, it's a bad scene out there. Oh, it's my turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I looked at that wrong. I looked at it quick, and I thought the Vikings were getting 2.5.
No, they're actually favored.
And when you pointed it out that they're favored, I completely switched my pick to the Rams. Because I thought, all right, I'll take Minnesota with the points, but the Rams are going to win. And I'm like, oh no, the Rams are getting points, and the Rams are going to win. So yeah, I think it's going to be weird though because they're in a neutral site. So it'd be interesting to see whose fan bases show up. But Bruce might be right. There might be actually more Viking fans down there. I don't know.
Yep.
Especially, I mean, people in LA, the last thing they're worried about right now is a damn football game.
Right.
You know,
right.
So, yeah, it's just So anyway, at this time of year, it's anybody's game. And, as Jim Carrey once said.
So you're telling me there's a chance? Yeah!
And yes, mile marker, we're more than happy to have someone disagree with us because we screw up a lot.
We do screw up a lot.
Yep.
So there it is. Now it's time because Bruce has about 30 minutes left to do our final power rankings of the year.
Okay.
Here's what we had last time.
This was tough for me.
Not for me. Okay. Just load up last time, and then we're going to reshuffle the deck because this stupid tier maker thing doesn't let us add on. You got to do it over again. So stupid. Who wants to go first?
Oh, since I got to fly, I'll go first.
All right.
Number 10. I wrote this last night, and I realized I forgot something. Number 10, I'm going to put Pittsburgh.
What happened here? There we go. Oh, what happened? Hang on. Oh, I broke it. Hold it.
It's the broke.
All right. Pittsburgh at 10?
Yes.
Can't we just remix this list? This site is so wonky. Okay. Yeah, so I'll just take these out of here. All right. Edson.
Number 10, I got Tampa Bay.
Let me remix this. Hang on. How come it doesn't say remix this list on yours? Yeah, we can still do that. Tampa Bay. All right. Dun 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 dun. We'll get there. All right. Mine. Remix this list. Yeah. I'm gonna write in some suggestions for the owner of this website. You should be able to use the same logos more than once. Let's see what I wrote down here. I wrote down the Redskins for number 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Bruce, let's go back to you.
Number 9, Houston.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. You're a believer in them. I give you credit.
There's something about them. There's something about them.
Wow. Edson?
Oh, this might be a little bit of a shocker, but yep, I have them down to Minnesota.
Wow. That low, huh?
Wake up, America. You've been dreaming.
Next week, we'll probably have this where it's like, yeah, Houston is like won their game and Minnesota won their game. And I'll be like, oh, I'm so bad at this.
Wow, you are a non-believing heretic.
Ooh.
My number 9, I got the Buccaneers. Bruce, number 8 for you.
Tampa Bay.
The Buccaneers.
And this is why I put Minnesota down so low, because I wanted to put the Rams in there, but I can't put the Rams below Minnesota if I just picked them to beat them. So, so I kind of cornered myself into a. It's like, well, that's why. That was my main reason. I mean, probably Minnesota doesn't belong down there, but
well, that's how that happened with me, right?
Yeah. So there you go. Oh well.
All right. My number 8, I have written down here, Les Chargers.
Okay.
Bruce, your number 7.
Edson, is Edson 1 fighting with Edson 2 over that last
Yes,
pick?
that's exactly what happened.
Like yelling at each other.
He's like screaming in my ear because for my stupidity. Don't you know I'm from the future? He's about to throw me off the chair and replace me.
Okay. Edson 2 is saying, I'll drive to the DeLorean. You just make the picks, okay? Number 7. Did I say? I'll take the Rams.
The Rams. All right. Edson, number 7.
I've been on this team all year, and I'm gonna hope that they have a good playoff run. So the Chargers for number 7.
Chargers for 7. All right. Oh, I goofed. I put the Rams logo instead of the Chargers logo for the. My number 7.
Well, you had them for number 8, right? Yeah. Okay.
No, I had the Chargers for 8.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
The Saints. Ooh. What?
Yeah. How did you know? I'm trying to find the stupid logo. There it is.
Oh, okay.
Denver.
Okay.
Bruce, your number 6.
The Chargers.
The Chargers. Both LAs. Wouldn't it be funny if the Chargers and the Rams somehow found their way to the championship game and it was
that'll be at 1 o'clock. Oh my gosh.
Stadium, yeah.
I think this sounds far-fetched, but think about this. If the Rams and the Chargers did make it, wouldn't it be really cool if the Rams played their game at the Coliseum?
Oh.
Throwback day.
Throwback day. Go back to the Coliseum.
Oh man, that place is
ancient. Yeah.
It's got the track around it, so you're sitting so far away from the field. And yeah.
What if it's a Super Bowl with the Rams versus the Chargers?
That could happen.
That's crazy.
At SoFi.
Well, no, that's not.
Or we could end up with the Har Bowl again.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, in the championship game, but not in the Super Bowl.
Right.
So number 6. Oh, 6. I'm gonna put the Chiefs. I know people are gonna think it's way too low, but I'm gonna put the Chiefs there.
They only had one convincing win, and that was against the Steelers when they dog.
That's mainly why, but they'll probably prove me wrong, and we'll be talking about how they won the Super Bowl.
Please don't. I have the Packers at 6. Bruce, number 5.
Green Bay.
The Packers. All right. Edson, number 5.
No, I have the Packers there too.
All right.
I thought they'd be higher by the end of this year, but I know they got hit with some injuries. So
yeah, Watson, that one hurts.
Christian Watson definitely will. That hurts. I have the Vikings at 5.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Minnesota, as Mad Dog would say, Minnesota versus Atlanta. Bruce, number 4.
All right, guys, hold on to your hats. You ready for this one?
Here it comes.
Chicago?
The Giants?
Damn it. Always have to ruin everything.
Okay.
Oh, New England? No.
Suspense here.
Hail to the Redskins.
Wow.
That is.
Wow. You're a believer. Well, you live down there. You got the fever.
I live down here, but I ain't that sick. But there's something about this team because they can be behind by 10 points with 2 minutes left and find a way to win.
They get in a lot of shootouts.
Because their defense sucks.
Yeah, they fix up that defense in the offseason. Look out. Look out.
Yeah.
Edson, who's your number 4?
I got Buffalo there.
Wow.
The Flying OJ Simpsons at number 4. My number 4 is also the Flying OJ Simpsons.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Bruce, top 3. What do you got? Number 3.
I can't pick this team because they're number 1 and everything. Same thing with Kansas City. I'll take Minnesota.
Minnesota. There they are. All right. Edson, number 3.
I got the Eagles in number 3.
Well,
The Eagles.
The Eagles. All right. My number 3, I put the Lamars.
The Lamars.
Bruce, number 2.
Buffalo.
The Flying OJs. The Simpsons. That's your number 2.
I got the Lamars at number 2.
You got the Lamars at number 2. Dun, 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 dun.
And I know I was like, it wasn't that long ago. The Eagles beat them, but I think since then Baltimore's gotten better. So their defense has gotten much better. Oh yeah,
I have Detriot at number 2.
Okay.
Detriot. Mostly, I mean, they're awesome. But you know what? My thing is, we'll get into it another time. But okay, Bruce, you're number 1.
Okay, now this was a tough one. Then I remembered what happened when those two teams played, and one team just totally dominated the other one. I'm taking the Eagles because I was going to take Baltimore, but that game against those two team games played against each other, and Philadelphia went into Baltimore and just like beat them upside the head, putting it mildly. I mean, I still believe in Baltimore, but Philadelphia's got an attitude now, I think, because what happened last year.
Bruce, Edson.
I got Detroit. I get it. They got
Detriot.
With all the injuries. Golf is not the best, quarterback in the world, but he works in that system. And until someone beats him decisively, I know, like the last time I saw someone, it was actually Baker Mayfield, Tampa Bay, way back in week 2. But till I see it again, I'm gonna pick him as number 1.
Speaking of Detroit, they were 15-2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They lost to Tampa Bay. Who else did they lose to?
Gosh, now you got me thinking.
Yeah, it was recent.
I don't think it was a divisional game. Oh, it was Buffalo?
Yes, it was Buffalo.
Yeah, it was Buffalo.
Okay.
Because they were
it was like 49-42 or something.
Right, and because Detroit was undefeated on the road and they lost 2 games at home. That's right.
Yeah, and I know they were undefeated in their division, so
yeah, we know that.
Eagles, and I realized I wrote all this down this morning, but I realized I forgot the Chiefs because
you wanted to.
Right. Out of sight, out of mind. Yeah, I probably should have had the Chiefs in here instead of one of the bottom teams, but whatever.
Yeah, I should put Denver in there. I forgot Kansas City also.
Yeah, exactly. Screw them.
Yeah. After watching Taylor Swift make that touchdown.
You know why? It's because they have not looked impressive all year.
Right. They haven't done any. They've done just enough to win.
Yeah.
Except against Pittsburgh, unfortunately.
They deserve. They're 15 wins. They deserve to be in here. But it's like you don't even think about them because they haven't blown anybody out. They haven't looked powerful. They haven't looked good at all. So,
yeah, I didn't even have them in the top 5. I think I had them at 6 or something.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Screw them.
The hell with them.
I'm sure we're being like
kick them out.
Biased a little bit.
Who needs them? Screw
them.
Yeah,
who needs them? The hell with them.
All right. Well, hey, that's it. We got it in. I know, Bruce, you have to run. We actually got the show done a little early.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, Week 18, for so many irrelevant games. That I think that's everything. Yep, that's everything. All right. Well, hey, any final thoughts? before we sign off. We got the playoffs. We're here.
It's going to be like, you know, how we normally approach an NFL week, and it's like, you know, you pick out certain games that jump out at you at the 1 o'clock and at the 4th. And of course, the primetime ones have been usually pretty good. But entering this week, it's like, I don't want to miss any of them. It's like, they're all good, I think, to watch. So it's like, do I even want to like record the game and watch it again? I don't know. It's like
Especially, I think tomorrow, the 3 games tomorrow are.
I know. It's like they hit you with one, and you're over like the excitement of one, and then another one starts. It's wow. It's really
Tomorrow's gonna be one of those days where like I need to take a nap. Like I'm gonna get really tired between the 2nd and 3rd game because of that, because of the excitement. It's just like it's crazy. We're gonna be glued to it. That Denver and no, thank you.
Thank you.
No, the thanks is all ours. Trust me.
Hope, yeah.
No, thank you. No, really, thank you.
Hope to see you back here next week.
Yeah, definitely. And just remember when you're getting ready for the playoffs to do your stretching.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me?
If you want to crown them, then crown their ass.
There we go. Got all our good playoff quotes.
Playoffs. Oh my gosh.
So
I think that's
awesome. I have this late announcement here. Hold on for 1 second. Continue, please.
You have breaking news, Bruce?
Yes.
We're on pins and needles. What is it?
Okay, here it is. Happy birthday to Keith, who really hates the freaking Chiefs. Pittsburgh plays like shit. But the thing is, we all hate Taylor Swift.
This just in, I'm kicking Bruce off the show for outing
you. This just in, I forgot to get you. So your present today will be the Pittsburgh winning.
You outed me, Bruce. That was not fair. Thank you.
No, forget. The hell with you. I'm gone.
I appreciate it. Thank you. It's true. It's my.
He's like, I'm gone. But that
okay. I accept your apology. I'm back.
That would be an appropriate gift if the Steelers wound up upsetting the Ravens. So
that would be awesome. That would be the ultimate birthday gift.
It's not going to happen. I'd rather have them prove me right and lose by double digits.
And
by the
right,
yeah, right, prove you're right, and then wind up kicking the Chiefs off in a couple weeks.
Oh my gosh, that's me the trifecta.
I look at it this way: if the Steelers win today, where are they going to go? I mean, honestly, come on. They're not a champion.
They're probably going to go to Arrowhead.
They're not. Yeah. No, I mean they're not a championship.
I know what you're saying.
You know, I mean, like
I know what
prolonging the inevitable. Just get it over with. Just rip the Band-Aid off and go home. They're mired in mediocrity where they've been for the last 15 years, man. That's who they
mired in mediocrity. I gotta borrow that.
They haven't won a playoff game since 2016, and they've only won playoff games in 4 years that Tomlin's been the coach of for 18. And 3 of them had. Thank you, Paul. 3 of them had.
Wait a minute. Hold on. What the F? You give big time props to Paul and saying happy birthday, Keith, and you throw me under the MF and bus saying I outed you. No, I'm not. No. This is racism in the highest case. I mean, I am just like
pulling out the race card. Oh my gosh.
I'm throwing where's my red flag? I am so.
No, because you outed me, and now everybody's piling on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh.
Wow. Okay.
We've hit the skids for sure.
Definitely the skids.
I'm gonna go slide in the snow. Okay, that's it. I'm done.
I'll go try to take my nap before the 2 games.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, but yeah, it's gonna be great. I'm excited. It's my favorite time of the year. In fact, Paul, who's been commenting, and I sometimes we trek out to the casino and watch the playoff games on the giant.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Size of a house,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
That's fun to do. So I highly recommend doing that once in a while.
I remember that. Yeah, going down Mohegan Sun when I lived in Connecticut every once in a while. Glendale don't want to go.
Right?
It's $20. That's all you can spend. That's all. $20. I'm like, okay.
Well, the
That's
beauty
it.
of going to like those sports books is like at least the drinks are free.
Mm.
You sit there with the beverages are free and just watch the games, and it's fun. It's a good time. So good luck to your teams out there, whoever they might be, if they're still in, or your adopted team. Since if your team is out, like the Jets are out, so I don't know who Paul's adopted team is. Probably the Chiefs, knowing him, but can't adopt the Patriots. They're also out.
Yeah, they're also out.
Yeah. So all right. Maybe we'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll think
Right, let's see what's happening. Okay.
Think about that. But if not, we will talk again at this time next week. See how we did as we go into the divisional round.
Another great week.
All right.
Is your alter ego going to make an appearance next week, Edson?
Oh, he'll definitely be here. Yeah. I have to get a. Oh no, Keith just helped me out with this one because he wound up giving me 2 shirts that are almost identical. I'm gonna give him one of my shirts to him, and so that we can just kind of like go back and forth. I don't know. I'm not sure. The hat will be easy to change though.
I'm done.
You wanted to know.
I had to ask. I'm done.
Okay.
Looks like Paul's going with Minnesota. Sam the man.
Okay. So that's his adopted team.
All right.
I'll adopt mine as soon as the Super Bowl is over.
Yeah.
and for those of you playing along with us, he will give you the final score after.
Right. And I definitely will do that.
Wow.
Except if it's Kansas City, I won't adopt them if they.
No way.
But okay, I'm done.
I'm done.
All right.
You done over there? Okay, you good.
All right. See you guys next week.
Yes, I think
Take care.
Yes, the joyfulness is over. The joyfulness is over.
Thanks for watching GeekTime TV. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel. If you subscribe, make sure to check the little bell icon anytime someone from our network drops new content here. Want some GeekTime swag? Check out the merchandise available in the GeekTime TV store, linked in the channel description below. Share GeekTime TV with friends, and as always, thank you for your support. We'll see you soon.